So if y'all saw my late March update video, you saw this mower here, and I didn't know if I was going to try and fix it good enough to sell or whatever. And I had some time on my hands today, so I went and fiddled around with it a little bit, and it turns out I'm able to think it's going to be alright. It had been running on and off. What I did is I had this deck. It originally had an overhead valve Briggs & Stratton engine on it that I repurposed for another mower that had a better deck. It's a Yardman. It was a 2-in-1. I don't have the bag for it. But one of the biggest reasons why I didn't want to sell it was because the left rear wheel was loose on it. Because I'll show you on this wheel, the threads got stripped out when I was trying to actually take the wheel off, and so it was just spinning around in there and was just getting looser and looser until it was going to wear it out enough to slide out. So I ended up being able to take that bolt out after I wore it down some, and ended up tapping new threads and put this nut on there, and it's now secure, firm as everything, nice and sturdy. So once I got that done, I kind of figured that I'd keep working on her here. I didn't want to sell it with the wheels that I had on it because the self-propel, I didn't have the pulley for the shaft to work the self-propel in order to have the belt, so neither of those are working. But I had the wheels that had the nice little grooves in them for the self-propel still on here. They didn't have much tread on them, but they had the teeth inside of them were great. And then I had these two wheels that had the teeth eat out of them right here that I swapped out to put on the mower, because I didn't have another use for them. And this mower is never going to have self-propel again because the sprockets are gone, and the belt's gone, and there's no pulley on it. And then I had to also clean out the carburetor. There was some gunk in there that had built up. I think I'd put that carburetor off of another mower on here because I kind of cannibalized it. But apart from that, I took the self-propel cable off of it as well. Had the little squeeze handle that attached here. Sorry. Had the squeeze handle. I could use that for another mower, hopefully. And then this flap here, the spring is busted on it, so it won't stay closed, and so when it runs, it'll stay closed, but when it runs, it'll vibrate pretty good. So let me show you all that it does run again. It actually runs pretty decent for an old Murray engine that didn't even come on a deck when I bought it, and has a side shaft, and so it has a very limited amount of mower decks it'll fit on, and luckily it fits on this one. So let me crank this thing up, show you all that it runs. I didn't bring the little shoestring to tie the handle back, but as y'all saw, it runs fine. After I cleaned the carburetor, I primed it about 4 times or so. It's still warm now, but it cranked right up on the first pull. Pull rope's not long enough to mount it up here, but that's no big deal. And then this right here vibrates. That's what you probably heard that making a lot of noise just because it's metal on metal vibrating. But whenever you push that down, maybe push that down. I mean, it's pretty quiet for what it is. You know, the deck's got a little rust, but it's in decent shape for what it is. I mean, I'm only going to ask like $50 for it, and if I get 40 for it, I'll be happy, and hopefully somebody will have a decent mower out of it. So here's another one for you guys. I'll keep on plugging away at what I have, and you know, you can never have enough $50 mowers if you're in this business. They will eat them up, or folks will eat them alive, buying them from you just because they're cheap. And you know, I do my best to make them reliable. So another one down, hopefully another one on Craigslist to be sold pretty soon. I'll keep updating whenever I get more stuff in, and thank y'all for watching.